Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about easy ways to get started with RSLA. So what does RSLA mean exactly? RSLA is remarketing list for search ads, which is basically a feature that lets you customize your search ad campaigns for people who have previously visited your website. I'm reading directly from Google's definition right here. So basically the idea is Neil has created a piece of content. Let's say he's created something on Pinterest advertising, for example, and he wants to do like a Pinterest advertising marketing service. So it might be Pinterest consulting or whatever. So let's say he's driven a lot of traffic to that page. He's able to then say, I only want to target people that have visited my Pinterest blog post that are searching for something in Google. That way you're not trying to target everybody. You're really only targeting people that have at least engaged with your brand. And that way conversion rates are going to be higher and you're going to be paying less money in the long run. So Neil has some thoughts on how you can get started first, and I'll close things off.
So there's 4 main steps that you need to take to get started. The first is pixeling your audience, then you create content, keyword research, and last but not least, just setting it up in Google AdWords. I'll cover the first 2. Pixeling is really easy. You just add the pixel code to your account. The main thing I'm going to cover is creating content, then Eric can wrap up the rest. And here's what you want to think about when you're doing this, right? I've tested this out. If your content isn't relevant towards your buyers, you're just going to get a ton of traffic that's not going to convert. Sure, it's better than most ads because someone's already familiar more with your brand, so when they see your ad, they're way more likely to convert. But if you just write copy that's somewhat relevant to what you do and not very relevant, you're going to find that you're going to get a ton of leads that are irrelevant or a ton of sales that may cause refunds. A good example of this is at Kissmetrics, our blog has a ton of visitors, 1 million plus a month. A lot of it comes from generic articles like, what time should I share my content on Twitter? Those people aren't good buyers for a product or service. The people who are reading articles on, let's say, 10 ways to grow your e-commerce business from 8 figures to 9 figures, right? Those people who read that, even though that post may not get a lot of traffic, are going to be the ideal buyers for our product. Why? Because our product targets people who generate at least $10 million a year in revenue. It's targeted towards people who have e-commerce sites or subscription sites, etc. It's targeted towards people in marketing or business who are leading up growth. And when you get that specific with your content, you can start generating really valuable leads. The moment you start going broad with things like how to get more traffic on Facebook, thinking about the article, and then I'm trying to pitch them on my analytics company that has nothing to do with that, I'm going to get irrelevant traffic. I know that just sounds obvious, but what most people are doing with this is they're looking at their most popular pieces of content that they're getting traffic from based on Google Analytics, and then they're running ads based off of that versus off the content that's most relevant to their product or service.
Yeah, and after that, this is the basic stuff that you want to make sure that you're setting up. So like with any AdWords campaigns, you do want to do keyword research. So you can use the Google keyword tool. And then there's other tools you can use like SEMrush as well. But really, let's say, for example, people are visiting a section that you have on red shoes, for example. Well, then in that case, you're probably going to want to run RSLAs to people that have not purchased for the red shoes. And you can even get more complex here. Let's say you've done all your keyword research already. You've figured out how you want to set up all your permutations across different categories. Once you have that part set up, think about how you can retarget people that have already purchased, right? So you can get a little more complex here. People that have already purchased, you can run a separate brand campaign. So you can remove anybody else. You're only targeting people that have purchased already. Target them towards your brand. So for example, they're visiting, let's say they bought something from Neil already. They bought his advanced marketing course, right? But let's say Neil has another upsell. Let's say he has a crazy mastermind or something. Well, if somebody searches Neil Patel again and they've purchased his mastermind already or his course for how much is your course? $1,000?
Yeah, $1,000.
Okay, so $1,000. They buy his course for $1,000. Well, guess what? Somebody that has bought his course for $1,000 already is likely to spend more money later because they already know who he is. They've taken out their credit card and they spent $1,000, right? That's not a cheap price. the ad copy might say, well, thanks for being a customer of the advanced marketing course. Well, guess what? We also have something else that you should check out here. And then he can go into a whole new sequence and get people to buy there. So the idea is that he's retargeting people that have already purchased because they're a lot warmer. Or I should say they're a lot hotter, actually. They're actually on the hot list because they purchased something from him. And then after that, I mean, it's really about trying to figure out, I'm taking you to the next step, right? You're able to do more advanced things with RSLA. So this is really scraping the surface. But at minimum, right, you create content, you have the pixel set up first, you create content, you do keyword research, and then hopefully they buy from you. And then from there, you can do even more RSLA stuff around, people that have already engaged with your brand. So think about what you can do. There's a lot of literature around there. Neil, do you have anything else to add before we go?
Nope, that's it on mine.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.